It's easy for me to talk about we're not our thoughts and for us to connect into that space or even to contemplate it. But when we get back into our days, the kids go wild. You've got the news on, you've got social media, we've got, people obviously going through hardships and challenges at the moment, which obviously my heart goes out to just people that are losing friends or family members, that are suffering through grief, that are going through hardships in the business. That is tough. But the beautiful thing is that if we can go beyond the thoughts, we can still tap into this energy which can give us sanctuary and at least make us feel some sense of wholeness and completeness, which we are. Now, the tangible way, and I shared this with a group that I ran last week, that can help us feel that deeper connection is kindness. Now, I was on a call last week and I shared on that call how every single day and every single morning I take a few minutes to send a note of appreciation, a note of gratitude, a note of love, a message to someone in my world, and often someone that I've not spoken to in a while, to say, I love you. And I appreciate you so much for being in this world. And I began doing that, quite some time ago. And I do it every morning. And I usually do it either by a WhatsApp or by a voice note. Occasionally by a text or an email. But mainly a voice note or a message on WhatsApp. And the beautiful thing is, as I do that, as I think about the great qualities of that human being, what they've given to me or the world, I connect back into that space. That essence of who I am. That kindness, that compassion, that love, that joy, that bliss, that wholeness. And I extend that. And I remind someone else of the essence, that truth that is in them. And quite often I'll get a message back saying, I really needed to hear that. It came in the right moment. Or thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me. And then it usually opens up a beautiful exchange between me and that other human being. And so for a moment, we remind ourselves of the beauty and the wholeness and the completeness of who we are. We remind each other of that deep connection that is inherent and part of our very existence. Does this make sense, everyone? Now, you may already send a note of appreciation or gratitude, or you may do it infrequently, but I would love for anyone who watches this, for all of you guys that are on here live, for anyone that watches this back on replay, I would love for us as a group to take on this experience of sending a note of appreciation. Is anyone up for that? Give me a yes if you're up for that. Let me know if it's something that you do already. Because this small act of kindness truly can change the world. Now that sounds a bold statement, but if you think about us doing that as a collective, and if we pass that forward, and then the individuals that you send that to pass it forward, then all of a sudden you're creating this ripple effect, right, that goes out through, first of all, your network, and then their network, and then beyond that, right? And I'm loving the love hearts. You send this out and all of a sudden we're creating a ripple at first, but then it may turn into a wave. A wave of love, compassion and kindness. A wave helping other people, including yourself, remember that beyond all of those negative, fearful news stories, there is kindness. And that love is the answer. And that love will always prevail over time. The Beatles, they had it all right. They talk about love is the answer. Love is all you need. Love is all there is. So this small act of kindness, which each and every single one of us has the power and the time, right? Because here's the thing, it takes usually less than a minute. We have the ability to do it. And what happens in that moment is a beautiful thing. We remind ourselves of that beauty. We remind ourselves of our essence, of the truth of our nature. So we tap into that and then we give it to someone else and we remind them. So a little bit like I said, the intention for these sessions is to remind you of the truth of your nature, to remind you just how beautiful a human being you are. Well, we can pass that on. And that's such a beautiful gift to give someone every single morning. So I hope that you guys take this away today. I truly hope and encourage you to message someone after this live. Message someone. Drop a voice note. I love doing a voice note. How cool is a voice note when you do it for a minute and you send it to someone that maybe hasn't heard from you in a while, and you're saying, do you know what? You're just an amazing human being. I love you so much. I've admired you. I appreciate you. You've given me so much in this, experience we call life. And then off you go. I always leave in that voice note with a big smile on my face. It's a beautiful thing.